All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys you won't want to miss. I've been talking about it since it was at $11 and it's already above $15, giving a 30% plus opportunity since we've mentioned it, and the opportunities are not over. This is definitely a time to be watching this for consolidation or a healthy pullback. We're going to talk more about its chart later on in this video, but I'm also going to share with you guys the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. If that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link to the Discord is down below in the description, and by joining, you'll become part of a community of growing investors looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. And we hit 3 home runs today of 25% plus on the day alone. Now, let's go ahead and see here Ocgn stock, Ocugen Inc., and what's going on. We got some huge news that just came out for Ocugen and what this means for this stock overall. Now, this stock has been running up, pulling back down, running up, and now pulling back down. But when you really zoom out, it's kind of in a consolidation period, and we've had those moments with this stock before, right? Consolidation, kind of up, down, and then up, down, and so forth. And the one piece that was missing always in this part, which I always said, was that next run, and we saw it here. Now the stock is slightly sitting sideways, kind of in a downward trend, so forth. But while the stock is moving like this, Ocgn is expanding its opportunities, and Ocugen is receiving from that expansion opportunity as well, which we're going to look at that news in just a moment, and then we're going to cover the chart. So Ocugen expands Ocgn commercialization rights to include Canada in addition to US rights. That is phenomenal right there for them. And there's already Ocgn authorization emergency use in 13 countries, and 60 additional countries are pending. And out of that 60 additional, the US and Canada are in there. Ocgn is not just trying to be here in the US market or in the North America, South America market, if not around the world. And Ocugen decided to take on that responsibility to represent Ocgn in the US market. And that's going to be a big deal. And not only now in US, but Canada as well. This expansion means more revenue, more opportunity, and a bigger opportunity for Ocgn to expand and do what it does and help communities and countries through this process. So Ocugen is really expanding now and not just focused on the US. We're still waiting on emergency use approval in the US, but that Canada news is pretty awesome as well. And Ocugen can benefit from Ocgn not just now, but if not from booster shots year over year. I want you guys to think about that. If Ocgn becomes mainstream or actually used more than others. So, Ocgn still has to prove itself and work its way into the system of around the world. But emergency use is one big step. And I think that's the biggest catalyst right now going for this stock. But the expansion is even bigger news for more emergency use approval catalysts and revenue and growth and profits from Ocgn. This is huge for Ocugen. So the 50-day moving average is 869. Anything above it is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. If it gets broken through, the next bearish candlestick I would pay close attention to is the lowest part in the pre-market, and that was 837 of that support, to watch and see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are turning this one down fairly fast. Now, before the 50-day moving average and this support down here, the first support level I would watch is 882. Watch how it's doing between that area and the 50-day moving average if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. Now, our first resistance level the bulls need a breakthrough is the highest point before this dip, and that is up here at 933, guys. That needs to be broken through, turn into a support so that the bulls can pull further away from the 50-day moving average and then work towards the highest point, which there was 2 rejections yesterday and today of 954 to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and get one step closer to $10, which is where Ocugen needs to break through to actually get back above that offering price per share, which was sold at a premium. I'll never forget those words, and it's very important to remember that because it meant that the value of the stock when it was up here was actually somewhere down here, which is where it's been. But it is something controversial to talk about. We just need to get back above $10, consolidate, and push upwards from there for this to reach newer highs. And the biggest catalyst we're waiting for is emergency use approval in the US, but this expansion to Canada is pretty big. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can receive this insight as well. And all I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to discuss the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning over at the Discord, as well as a ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list moving forward. So the ticker symbol I have for everyone to add to their watch list is a ticker symbol I've talked about before in the last 2 weeks, and even going back to 3 weeks ago. I talked about it at $11. I talked about it again. I talked about it when it reached $12, and right now it is sitting north of $15, guys. And I want to reiterate it. It's already 30% up, and this is something that you definitely want to have on your watch list if you don't have it already. So we're going to jump into that chart. We're going to discuss why this is a stock you want to have on your watch list moving forward. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you are more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. And by joining, you will become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So we talked about EARS at 390, TELL at 589. This was our worst performer of the day, but still gave us 5 to 10% opportunity. Now, BCTX was a home run play from yesterday, but I was keeping my eye on it because it was halted and it was sitting at the $646 range when it got halted. Then it was sitting kind of sideways, and this turned out to be a home run today again. We're going to look at that chart in just a moment. And GTT, we talked about it at 344. Let's look at these charts together. So EARS was a great way to start the day, and it was sitting at 390 when I mentioned it, pulled back a little bit, jumped up, hit 381 of a low after the market opened, and shot up to a high of about 457, a highest point of 25% plus. This was a home run to start off with, and even when the market was down, guys. This is something you can become part of and know what stocks I'm watching daily, because no matter what volatility is going on in the markets, I'm consistently looking for opportunities worth watching, and you can become part of that as well. Now, BCTX, we mentioned it yesterday. It turned out to be a home run. Today, it was halted. In the pre-market, it jumped up a little bit once it got unhalted, and then it just collapsed. But I wanted to keep my eye on it because an opportunity could present itself. Well, there you go. It dropped down to 557 and shot up to a high here of 750. Highest point of 40% plus, guys. This was phenomenal to repeat and recycle. I don't like to do that very often, but still, the opportunity presented itself, and we're going to always take it. Now, the other one was GTT, and we caught this one at 344. Now, I pulled back a little bit, hitting around 333, shot up real quick in just a matter of minutes to highs here of 375, giving us a 10% opportunity right off the bat. Pulled back down to hitting lows of 330 and took off for the rest of the day, hitting a high here of about 475, north of 470, giving a highest point of 30% plus, guys. No matter what type of volatility the market gives us, we're going to consistently look for these opportunities, and this was another home run for the day. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. We look forward to having you join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. Now, what's the stock you want to add to your watch list? Well, this ticker symbol has been one of the highest traded ticker symbols in the last several weeks, and that's ticker symbol F, Ford Motor Company. Now, this stock, we've talked about it at $11 and some change. We talked about it as it was shooting up at $12. It pulled back a little bit, back to the 11s, and it's taken off since. This is already given between 15 to 30% since we've talked about it. and this is a phenomenal stock to be having on your watch list moving forward. Ford has made a big statement entering the EV sector with their pickup truck and being the #1 pickup truck bought in the US. That's a big move for this company, guys. You want to do your research. You want to do your due diligence to understand it. You want to double check these charts and see what's going on. And this is a great time to watch it for a healthy pullback or for a consolidation before the next catalyst and run, guys. This has overextended pretty fast. We've never seen Ford move that fast. And usually when it does, look what happens. It kind of consolidates sideways. It kind of goes a little higher, comes back down, and it kind of stays sideways for some time before the next run. This is the best time to be watching this for a consolidation or a possible healthy pullback, because entering the EV sector with their #1 pickup truck sold in America, that's a big move. Do your research on this stock to understand it. It's not me here telling you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on any of these stocks, if not enlighten you guys on opportunities that may be overlooked or that you may have not even been aware of. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.